Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the human factors and the government efforts to improve the agriculture in the topic of agriculture and livestock in the subject of geography O levels. So concentrate yourself. Here we are going to start. Human factors and government efforts to improve agriculture. Various governments have been making efforts, especially since 1960s, to boost agriculture output with varying degree of the success. The first step is taken to improve the agriculture is mechanization. Use of the various machines like tractors, tillers, harvesters, and threshers has greatly sped up different processes in the agriculture. So these are the modern machinery which has speed up the process in the agriculture. It caused large scale unemployment in rural areas. So less manpower is required. That in turn resulted in rural to urban migration. So that's why the persons who get unemployed in the rural areas move to urban areas in search of the employment. The next important step for the improvement of the agriculture is taken in the form of the seeds. So there are two kinds of the seeds which actually give more yield than comparing to the ordinary one. And these are called genetically modified, that is in short form called GM. And second one is high yielding variety, that is in short form called HYV seeds. So GM and HYV seeds, they're used, boosted the output up to 20% as compared to the ordinary seeds. They need special care, chemical fertilizers and irrigation spells in addition to the insecticides and pesticides. So they give more yield, but at the same time they require more care and can be afforded by the rich large scale farmers because these are expensive and they cannot be used by the poor farmers. The next important step is chemical fertilizers. Natural manure not used extensively, that are used only by the subsistence farmers because this natural manure does not give much yield. So the modern and the big farmers now use chemical fertilizers. As our soils are deficient in organicity, it is important to add nitrogenous, phosphate and potash fertilizers to increase the yield. Government efforts to encourage the use of the chemical fertilizers are setting up fertilizer factories at Dharki, Mirpur, Mathelo, Daudkhel, etc. to produce locally. So that's why the use of the chemical fertilizers is on the expansion now. The next important step is taken by the government is subsidizing the prices, publicity through the media and mobile teams to encourage regional farmers. So that's why the use of the chemical fertilizers is increasing now. The next important step for the improvement of the agriculture is the irrigation. Rainfall is inefficient in Pakistan and so irrigation is necessary. Modern methods, for example, canals, tube wells and the trickle are fast replacing the traditional methods because these modern methods not only require less water, but they actually give irrigation to a specified area. Irrigation improves yield, especially for the cash crop farming. Perennial canals, when unlined, cause the problems of the water logging and salinity. So that's why these modern methods are now using. To reclaim, Landscape 1 and 2 and NWP and DP were launched. So these are the government programs. As a result of the irrigation, even desert areas, for example, Thar and Thal, have become productive. Difficult to develop canals in the plateau and rugged areas. So that's why irrigation is not improving in those areas because of the difficult topography. The next important step is land reforms. Uneven distribution of the land holding greatly affects productivity. A small group of the powerful landowners continue to possess large holdings. having no interest in cultivation, absentee landlordism becomes common. So they have a big portion of the land, but they are not interested in the cultivation because the land is a sign of the pride for them and the sign of the power for them. So this is the problem in the improvement of the agriculture. On the other hand, a great majority of the farmers had small land holdings, less than 5 hectares. These holdings became even smaller due to increase in population and the loss of the inheritance. So gradually, when the next generation come, the portion of the land holding by each person even gets smaller because of the inheritance and because the population is also increasing. So these are the reasons. The portion they are having even getting smaller and smaller by the next generation. The small fragmented holdings had many problems, and here are the problems. Number one, machinery cannot be used because they have limited amount of the money and a small land, so they cannot afford modern machinery. Difficult to supervise. Loans and services cannot be availed for development, and difficult to irrigate. High cost. Research experiments are difficult to earn out for the improvement because they have less small money and a small land they hold. So these are the problems they are facing. Land reforms of the 1959, 1972 and 1977 were aimed at ensuring even distribution of the land. Though partly successful, they resulted in increased productivity, safety of the tenant, cultivators, and consolidation of the fragmented holdings. So these were good steps, but not enough to improve the cultivation on a huge level. If the specified land ceiling is full implemented, even better and long-term results can be expected. The next important step for the improvement of the agriculture is further government efforts include establishment and reorganizing of the Agricultural Development Bank that has recently been renamed as ZTBL, that is Zarai Tarakkiyati Bank Limited, to provide technical and financial assistance to the farming community. So this is very important step taken by the government because Zarai Tarakkiyati Bank, that is ZTBL, not only provide technical and financial assistance but give them the financial assistance also, give them loans on easy terms. Establishment of the University of the Arid Agriculture in Rawalpindi to encourage research to enhance productivity in the arid areas. So this is another very important step taken by the government of establishing a university in the Rawalpindi related to agriculture because they are producing more and more productive seeds and insecticides and pesticides, which are actually increasing the yield of the agriculture. Establishment of the institution APAD, that is called Abad, Association of the Barani Areas Development, and a number of the Abad colleges in Rawalpindi and Jhelum. So these are contributing in the improvement of the agriculture. Start of the plant protection programs and such research bodies as, so these are the research bodies that are actually established by the government, which are not only providing the technical assistance but also giving them the financial assistance to the farmers. The University of the Agriculture Faisalabad, the University of the Agriculture Tandoatam, the Cotton Research Institute Multan, the University of the Veterinary Sciences and the Veterinary Research Institute Lahore, the Tea Research Institute Sawat. So these were the human efforts and the government steps taken for the improvement of the agriculture. So I hope so this will be much more easier lecture for you to understand now. So read this lecture again, understand it, learn it, and make your notes. Thank you so much.